Good morning, student. Am I audible perfectly? So let's we wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Most of students join. Then we start our lab sessions. And I request to no one can put your name and enrollment number in chat box. Again, I repeat, no one can provide your name and enrollment number in chat box. Once I said, at that time you have to provide it. So let's quickly start a revision of last lab sessions. In last lab where we go through a text formatting, where we learn BTEC, meaning of the BTEC, that is represent the font inside the bold. It means inside the BTEC, whatever you have to write, so that is the represent as a bold. Then at the next tag that we have I for the italic, so that is for I take inside the tag whatever you have to represent, that is for the represent as a italic. Next, that is regarding the U, that is for the underline. The meaning of U that we called a underline font. Then after next tag that we learn, that is for the P for a paragraph. Then after next tag that is the BR, that is the meaning of the next line. So these are the tag where we learn in the last lab sessions, and that is we called text formatting tag. Then we see the tag next, that is a font tag. Now in a font tag where we see three different attribute. The first attribute that we call a font size. So that is a size like 1 to 7, that you can take any one, that is a too small font, and 7 that is the larger. Then at the next that we have a font face, that we called a font style. Then after next that we have a font color, where you represent red, green, blue, any color name. And the second method for the representing the color that we called a hexadecimal representation, okay, which is start from the hash and then after 6 alphabet. And that is the alphabet, it's a combination of RGB method, red, green and blue, where you take input like A to F, or where you take input from number 0 to 9, and based on that combination it's affected that color effect. Next that we have a tag that is with a body tag attribute of a BG color, okay, which is set a background color. It means you apply the color for background, As well as using the font color, you also change the font. Now next tag that we have a link tag. In a link tag where we have a reference that we call href, the meaning of href that we call a hypertext reference, where you have to redirect one web page to another web page. And that is, you can see the example of that. And after next that we have take that we call insert image. So now for if you insert the image, so we have take img src is equal to image.jpg. It means first of all we have write down that image name with that extension. So that all tag we completed in a last lab session. So let's we continue with a remaining tag. We again start with image tag where we learn that a different attribute. Now my screen is visible, a browser with a notepad file. Thank you, student, for your response. So let's we continue with a image tag. Now image src, the meaning of src that we called a source file address, where you have to write down the image with that extension. Now for example, if your actual file and image file both be available in the same location, then directly you have to write down that image with that name. But for example, that file it's available on another location, then you have to provide it your entire path. Let's we take an example. So now you can see the here, that is my HTML fed page, and here you can see that is a GTU logo one. So that image I have to add in my website. So first of all, I know the name, as well as that go for property where we get that extension also. So here both are in a same folder. So I have directly write down image with extension. Now you can see the output. So where I have added the image GTU logo one. Now as I said, for example, maybe path it will be a different a D drive, then like ABC folder, then after CD folder, and that will be a file. It will be available. So then you have to provide it that entire path. And if both be available in the same location, then you directly write down an image with that extension. Let's we move to that attribute. So now the first two attribute that we have width and height. Now my presentation screen it's visible. Okay, let's we go for the attribute. So we have a two attribute, width and height. So it means using the width and height where you can adjust your image as per the your requirement. Here you can see input for the width. We have a two possible. The one that is you directly take as a pixel, and second input where you can represent into the percentage also. The same way in height, again you take an input as a pixel, or either you go for that percentage also. So we have a two attribute width and height where we have to represent the input either pixel or either percentage. So let's we go for that example. Okay, how we resize the image. Like I have to set a width equal to 100 pixel and height equal to again 100 pixel. So now you can see the result. Image will be a compromise. It means it's represent the small size with reference to previous output. Like for example, having traced to 200, you can see again it's increase the image size also. It's a 200. Like same if I said 400, like I was said 150. So now you can see it's look like actual logo size of the university. So as per the requirement, you can adjust the image with as well as the height at using that attribute. It means you can resize the image as per your requirement. Now we have next input that you can also use a percentage wise. Let's we check for that. Like height, I have to 10% and width also 10%. So now you can see the output. It's a size which reduced to a 10%. Like same way I have create for 100%. So now you can see it's a cover my entire screen. It means it's a as per the, your resolution, it's a cover entire screen. So that is the 100%. Now also you can insert multiple image as per the your requirement. Like I will add another image src. First of all, I have to download that image. I already like download a few mu logo. Like for example, that is a mu logo. That file I have to insert in my website. So first of all, I have to check that property, that is mu dot, sorry, file name mu and extension that is the png. And it's already available in a same location. Here I have write down image src file name with that extension. Now you can see the output. The two file it will be added in my browser. One that is a GTU logo and another that is the MU logo. You can add a multiple image as per the your requirement. So let's we go for another attribute. Now the next attribute that is a border. and that is represent as a surround the image, and the border input that you have to take into the pixel wise. So it's a create the outside the image as a border based on the your pixel input. Like I have to set in GTU logo border equal to a 10 pixel size. There is a questions from, can we write a text on an image adding HTML? No, that is not possible here. Maybe that is not possible. On an image, you cannot add here any text. So let's we go for that border, and that I have to set like a 10 and refresh it. So now you can see the GTU logo outside, it's a created a 10 pixel size border, and the border default color that is represent as a black. Again I repeat, I have set a border equal to 10 pixel, and its default color which is represent as a black. There is a question from student, sir. While doing this, we will be using a composer or something like that, right? No, we just only use a notepad tool and browser script. Like for example, in a MU logo, I have set a border equal to 5 pixel for the comparisons. Now you can see in a MU logo, it's a thickness 5 pixel border it will create it, while you can easily compare with a GTU logo will have apply a 10 pixel, and default color that is represent as a black. Yes, you can join LH student. There is a one question from student. Can we use a JPG and PNG format image? Yes, that also I see the demo. Shrey. So let's we go for, there is a one student query. Can we use a JPG image? So let's we check yes, that we go for that property. Yes, that is PNG. Yes, now you can see that is the MU logo one, and that is the extension. It's a PNG, sorry, a JPG, and that also a JPG. Like if you are okay, so let's we use like MU logo and check for that also. Like first of all, I have removed that. Now write down image src is equal to MU logo 1 JPG. So the file name is MU logo 2. So now you can see there is a one student query. The JPG file also have added in my website. So you can add any image with that respective extension, JPG, PNG, or it's supported any other extension that also you can use it. Let's we move to another attribute. Now the next attribute, that is the H space. Now the meaning of h space, that we take input as a pixel, and meaning of h, that is the horizontal space. So where we have a shifted image to a left hand side to a right hand side, so that we called a horizontal space, and that is the concept of h space, and that is to take a input into the pixel. So let's we go for that demo. Now I apply h space equal to a 50 pixel. Now you can see the here, and after the text, the image, it will be a started. Now once I refresh, here you can see the space of a 50 pixel. So now you can see it's a change into the output, and that is the we called h space. Now you see the that a difference. That is the concept of h space. Horizontal space, it's a shifted to left hand side too. Like for example, I have set 100 pixel. Now you can see it's a shifted again 50 more, the total, that is a space, it's a 100 pixel. So that is the space that we called a horizontal space, h space concept. There is a question, can we change the color of border of image? No, the default color, that is a black. Now let's we move to another attribute. The now next attribute, that is the v space, and the meaning of v, that is the vertical space that we also put around the image. It means top side as well as the bottom side, it will be a put a space, and that is the concept that we called a v space, a vertical space, and that is the input. Again you have to take as a pixel. So let's we go for that example. There is one more questions. Can we overlap the image? No, it's not possible. Now next, that is a V space. Like I have to initially add a 50 pixel. Now you can see here image, it will be a shifted a 50 pixel down. So that is the refresh output. You can see the space, it will be a generated, and that is the concept we called a V space. Same way to again you can see the here a difference. The 50 space, it will be a generated. Like I have said 100 pixel. So now you can see here it's a shifted 100 pixel, and that is the concept we called a V space. It put a space vertically, and that is the concept of H, where you can see it's a horizontal. So that is a two more parameter, H space as well as, sorry, as well as a V space. Meaning of V vertical, meaning of H horizontal. Good questions, Abhijit. Why text is a moving? That I have to go for next attribute that we called a align. Now you can see I have used a edge space. So it have a surround the image. Let's just me explain it. You can see the here again 100 pixel, it's shifted. Same way again it put a 100 pixel here. Now also you can see the here the vertical space V, it's shifted. Same way it's a put here again 100 pixel space, and that is the concept of V. That's why at the bottom text it's a represent. That is the reason why a text it's a represent at the bottom, because that is the entire surround area for the image. That's why it's represent at the bottom. I hope Abhijit you get the answer. So let's we move to next and last attribute that we have align. Now in align we have a 5 input: top, middle, bottom, right and left, and align the image in relation to a text. So here you can see first 3 input that is related to a text where we have to a shifted, and your image it will be a stable, and right to last 2 input that is a shifted the image position either left hand side or either right hand side. There is a questions, but if you want to move only image and what we have to do, then you have to just remove that text from your background, or then you have to only insert image, and as per the H space and V space concept where you can move your image based on the input of the pixel. So let's we continue with align. As I said, okay, first 3 input top, middle and bottom. In this you see the when output the your image will be a fixed position, and your text with respect to it will be a change either top, middle and bottom. In the last two where you can see it's a change your image position right hand side as well as the left hand side. So let's we go for that example. Now you can see that is the default my output, that is a text and then after the image with a particular border. So let's we go for that another an attribute that we called a align. One more question from Abhijit. If you want to write some text on left hand side, if you write a text on left hand side, it's a default represent as a bottom. But if you represent is a middle and top, that we see that align take. So let's have apply align is equal to first of all top. Now you can see the output text which will be represent as a top with respect to a image or with relation to a image. So that is the meaning of align is equal to top. Okay, where your image it will be a stable, but your text it will be a change. So here you can see it's a represent as a top. Now next that we have a middle. So that is the output of middle. You can see with respect to image exact middle part, the text it will be a represent. So that we called align is equal to a middle. Now next that is the bottom. Now you can see bottom meaning at the end. It's a represent at the bottom with respect to a text. So that is the 3 attribute where you can use in a aligner: top, middle as well as the bottom. It's a respect to a image. It means your image it will be a fix, and your text it will be a change either bottom, either top or either middle. Now we use a line that is equal to a right. Let's we check for that. Now you can see image, it's a shifted to a right hand side. So that we called align is equal to right, where image is a shifted to right hand side. And next that we have a left. Now you can see first image it will be represent left hand side, and then after text it will be a start. So that is the method where we called align, and where we have a 5 input, top, middle and bottom. At that the text it will be a change, and left and right, where image position it will be a change. So now any query in image tag. And that's the question, sir, अगर text and image दोनों में align same रखेंगे तो based on your priority, like for example after the body tag whatever you have write, it's give that a priority. You can see after the body first I have to write a text, so it's a represent first text give the priority, then it's give to next image. So based on a sequence it's assign the priority. Let's we move to another tag. Now the next tag that is the list tag. Now in a list tag we have a two category. One that we called unordered list, and second that we called order list. Now what is the difference between order list and unordered list? So now you can see the output of order list. So it's a give the sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and up to continue as per the your list of item. But you focus on unordered list, so it's a represent a disk as a default output. So that is the difference between unordered list and order list. So let's we start from unordered list. So it's represent the short name UL, the meaning of unordered list. First that tag we have to start. Then we represent the tag that is the LI, list of item. Again I repeat the LI, that is the meaning of list of item that we have to represent, like roll number 1, 2, 3, 4 up to continue. And you can see that is the output. Let's we try that. Now you can see the output. It's a with a disk. It's a represent your list. Roll number 1, 2, 3, 4. Now next we have a attribute with a type, where we have to represent a three different method. One disk, that is a default. Second you represent a circle, and third that you represent a square. You also change the that away like a disk, circle and square, and that is the one attribute. So let's we check for that output, like type equal to a circle. Now you can see the output. it's a circle, it will be a represent. The next that we represent a square. So now you can see the output. It's a generate as a square. So let's we go for order list. And if you not represent any, then it's represent as a default disk. Now next that we have a order list. So it's a start from the OL, meaning of order list. Then we have to represent LI, list of the item. And then again last closing of the OL tag, where you can see the output. It's generated the sequence number 1 2 3. Now you can see the output of OL tag, heading of the order list. So where you can see the sequence of the order. It will be a represent 1 2 3 4, continue that. Now next again we have attribute in order list, where we represent 5 different type. For example, if you represent small I, so it's a start with a small letter Roman digit. Then if you represent a capital I, so it start from the capital letter a Roman number. Then if you represent a small a, so it's a start from small alphabet sequence. Same way capital A, so it start from capital letter sequence. And if you represent the 1, so it's a start from that number sequence. And if you not mention any, then default that is a represent a sequence of the digit number 1 2 3 and continue. So let's we check for that. Like type equal to small I. So now you can see the output. It's generated a Roman number with a small letter. Same way to like capital I. You can see it's a generated capital letter with that Roman. Same way to like a small a. You can see it is that a sequence small alphabet. Same for capital A. So now you can see that is the sequence of capital letter. And if you not mention any, then it's a represent a default sequence 1 2 3 4. Now any query in unordered list and order list. So let's we move to another take. Now next take that is related to a definition list. So that is the command for the DL, meaning of definition list. Then inside we have to write down a D T. Now meaning of DT that we call a definition topic. So here you have to mention that topic. Then after next that we have a D that we call a definition descriptions regarding the topic that we have to write here. Then again we close a D. Then again we close a DT definition topic. Then after also we start another definitions. Then again that definition descriptions, that closing take definition closing. And at the end we close the definition list. And that is how you can see it's look like the output. Let's we go for that. Now you can see the output. It's a look like here. The first definitions regarding that, first topic regarding that descriptions, then another topic that description. So that is the way where represent a definition list. Let's we go for one live example how exactly look like that definitions. Like for example, I have to represent computer definitions. Now we can see the output. Computer, an electronic machine that can store, find, arrange information, calculate amount, and control other machines also. So that is the definition of computer. So that is a look like that. It's a question, can we use a pre-take for this kind of arrangement? Which pre-take, Nirmal? There is a question, sir, તમે કોપી કરીને પેસ્ટ કર્યું, આપણે ન્યૂ પ્રોગ્રામ બનાવો ને એટલે અમને ભૂલ થાય તો ખબર પડે ને આ ડીએલ વાળો. Okay, let's we go for new take for the DL. Like first of all I have to create DT, that is the meaning of a definition topic. Like your class name, I have write down a topic 1 C1. Then after like I have write down a DD and class descriptions. So I write down this is a computer department class. Now we can see topic that is 1 is C1 and description where you can see this is a computer department class, to where you can add a more detail also. If you students have a query, sir, when you give us a PPT of this HTML, Dhruv, I already upload in e-content where you can find it that a PPT, that syllabus as well as the lab manual. Before 1 week, I already upload in Google, sorry, in your e-content. And one more announcement that we have, I already passed 2 days ago in a WhatsApp group regarding joining a Google Classroom for the workshop subject, okay, where we have to share a lab manual as well as also have to share that PPT related all e-content in a Google Classroom also. So now I request to all students to join a Google Classroom with institute email ID. And if you already joined, then it's a good. But if you not join, by end of the today, I request to all please join the Google Classroom and message that I have already put 2 days ago as well as the last Saturday in WhatsApp group regarding the link for the joining workshop subject. So this is the announcement for only those are the students right now not join. And if you face any issue for joining Google Classroom, so please put a message in chat box or you can put me message in WhatsApp personal. So let's we continue with another take. No, Subham, that is not possible because it's look like a same output. If you use a DD inside the DD again inside the DD, it's have a same level and same meaning. So it's not bifurcated any output hierarchy. Now the next and last tag that we have a table tag. So you can use a table tag in HTML also. So now the table that is represent a row by row. That means we have to create a row in a table tag. And in a row, the data that is represent a left to right. Again, I repeat, in a table tag, you have to create a row by row. And in a row where you have to represent the data left to right. Now in a table tag, first you have to create a TR tag, and meaning of the TR that we called a table row. So first of all, you have to create a table row, and inside the table row where you have to represent a TD, table data. And whatever you have to write into the table data, that is exactly look like output of that table. So let's we go for that example. Now you can see the output, the two cell, it's a created cell 1 and cell 2. And here I only created one table row. In this I will represent a two table data. So that two data, it will be a represent into the one row. Like for example, I have created here another row. And in this, like I will represent cell 3 and cell 4. So that's why you have to create one more table row tr tag, and in this you have to use a 2 td tag for represent the that detail. So let's we check for that. Like I have to create a table with a 2 row. The first tr tag it start, close, then I have to start another tr tag, and in this I have to represent a td tag, and whatever inside the right td tag, that is represent as a output. There is a question from Aman, sir, can we make a border of table? Yes, that is the next topic mine. Just wait for 1 minute. Like I have added one more tr. So now you can see second row it's created, and that is added a two cell information, cell 3 and cell 4. So that is the way where you have to create a table. Now you can see the output without a border. It's not look like a table. So we have a attribute in a table that we called a border, and input that we take as a pixel. Like for example, I write down border equal to 1. It's a created one border thickness for that table. Yes, Subham, Jani, you are right. Like for example, I've created for 3 pixel. That is, you can say the size it's represent that 3 pixel. Same way to like 5 pixel. It's again increase of 5 pixel as per the requirement, where you can set a border also for the table. Now next, modify the table attribute. We have a two attribute, one border that we already see the output. Now next attribute that we have a background color. It means we also create a table for background color, and that is the tag that we called a BG color. Let's we check for that. Like BG color I will set a gray. So now you can see it's a fill with a gray color. Same way to like I have set a green. Now you can see it's a green color fill with that table, and attribute that is the BG color, background color for the table. Now any query in table tag, and that is your last slide. So now the today we officially completed our first practical as per the GTU syllabus. So let's we just go for that syllabus. Now that is your GTU syllabus for the workshop subject. And if you go for in detail, so where we have two practical from computer department, and today we completed a first practical. Student has built her own website consisting of that basic profile. It means where you can add your photos, first name, last name, his department detail. You can add your department name, that detail, your personal detail, your hobbies, your educational profile, and many more, as well as your institute detail also. So that all essential tag we learn in a HTML. So now today we complete a practical 1. Now in the next lab that we move to a practical 2, where we learn a different OS regarding the computer system. So again I repeat, any query from practical 1. So now I just take a screenshot of list of all joint student for the attendance, and then we complete our lab sessions. Now I already take a screenshot of list of all student right now. Those are the join. So now the thank you student, you can leave the meeting, and if you have any questions, so you can put into the chat box. Yes, that I have provided in a next lab regarding the lab manual instructions. Once the all student join a Google Classroom, then I provided a lab manual instructions. Do not put your name in chat box. Sir, we have to make a book. No, you have to not make any book for that computer two practicals. I was just said for the two practical that we have completed, that have you have not required to make any lecture note. I already provided a list of all material that you have to do. I already take a list of all participant student as attendance. Don't worry regarding your attendance.